Let me guess. You're making money. Maybe a little, maybe a moderate amount, maybe a good amount. But at the end of every month, you have the same feeling. Is this all I have left? Because money comes in. Money goes out. The account never fills up. And a silent question grows inside you. What will be left after I'm gone? Most people never ask this question. While trying to get by day to day, the future slips away. And one day, when they look back, they have neither money, nor a system, nor a legacy. Machiavelli realized this centuries ago. Those who save money don't become rich. Those who build systems become rich. And those who pass the system down through generations become emperors. Today, we'll discuss the rules of that structure. It's not about making money. It's about building an architecture, a system that will keep working even when you're no longer here. Those who aren't ready for this can close the door right now. Because this video won't put your mind at ease. It will unsettle you. And that unease is the beginning of change. Architecture is a system where money works independently of you. For most people, wealth means having a lot of money in the bank. But this definition is wrong. If money just sits in the bank, it dies. Inflation silently erodes it. True architecture is this: a system that works even without you, assets that generate income while you sleep, a framework that continues to grow even after you're gone. Rockefeller died in 1937, but the architecture he built continues to grow today, because he didn't just accumulate money, he built a system. And once the architecture is in place, you must always remain consistent with it. Emotional decisions destroy it. A good month excites you and pushes you toward a big expenditure. A bad month leads to panic and disrupts the system. But discipline does the exact opposite. Investments are made into the system in the same way, whether it's a good month or a bad one. Machiavelli wrote, "Emotion provides momentary power. Discipline builds lasting power." The framework stands not on emotions but on discipline. Stop right now. Think. Which of the things you own would continue to function even if you weren't there? Tell yourself every asset should be put to work. You should never rely on a single source of income. Every lira you own is like a soldier. If you send that soldier home, he rests. You spend it and it's gone. But if you send him into battle, he fights, wins, and brings back what he's earned. The wealthy don't spend their money. They put it to work. They invest it in stocks, collect rent, or buy a new asset. But you can't rely on just one soldier either. Imagine this scenario. Someone relies on a single source of income, their salary. Then that source dries up. Layoffs, company closures, an economic crisis. And overnight, everything changes. A strong financial structure has at least 3, ideally 5, different sources of income. If one stops, another takes over. Machiavelli wrote, "A prince who relies on a single ally loses everything when that ally." Legacy begins today, and time is the greatest asset. Most people misunderstand what a legacy is. It's the money you leave behind after you die, they say. But that's too late and too narrow. The true legacy is the system you build today, one that continues to function long after you're gone. The Medici family financed the Renaissance. Today, there's no one named Medici, but traces of the structures that family built still stand in Florence. And the most powerful tool for building this legacy is time. Consider 2 scenarios. One person starts investing 1,000 lira a month at age 25 and continues for 40 years. The other starts at age 45 with the same amount and invests for 20 years. Same discipline, same amount. But the difference in time results in an astronomical difference. Machiavelli once said, "A prepared prince does not wait for opportunity. He is ready when opportunity comes." The biggest financial mistake isn't starting late. It's not starting at all. Stop right now. Think. Which of the things you're building today will... Debt is a tool. It is not the owner who should be controlled by the debt, but the owner who should control the debt. Uncontrolled debt is dangerous. Take on debt for consumption. A phone, a vacation, a car. This consumes you. This debt controls you. But take on debt to build assets, a rental property, a system that appreciates in value. This debt works for you. The difference is this. In one case, debt drags you down. In the other, you manage the debt. The wealthy understand this distinction from day one. For them, debt is not an obstacle. It's leverage. The same logic applies to taxes. How does an reputation is the most fragile asset, and it is the backbone of network architecture. Money lost can be regained, but time cannot. Once lost, it is irreplaceable. Yet if reputation is lost, both lose their meaning. This is one of Machiavelli's least understood principles. A prince must be powerful, but he must also be trustworthy, because no one will invest in or form a partnership with a prince who cannot be trusted. Reputation is built quietly over the years, and it can be destroyed overnight. Architecture built alone remains small. The greatest structures are built through partnerships, with the right people at the right time. The true network consists not of those who love you, but of those who add. Risk must be calculated, and liquidity must always be maintained. Be bold, but not reckless. Those who build architectural structures are not afraid to take risks, but they assess every risk. Before every move, they ask, if this move turns out to be wrong, what will I lose, and can I recover from that loss? If the answer is no, they cannot make that move. And never invest everything you have in assets, because a crisis will come, and when it does, you'll need cash. Those without cash are forced to sell their assets at poor prices. Strong organizations always maintain a cash reserve, 6 months' worth, ideally a year's worth. This money may seem to be sitting idle, but it fulfills the most critical role. It waits. Machiavelli wrote, "The prepared prince does..." It's not speed that matters, but direction. Remember, investing in knowledge is the most profitable investment. Many people move quickly, but in the wrong direction. They work quickly, spend quickly, make decisions quickly, and turn back quickly. Those who build architecture move slowly, but every step goes in the right direction. Over the years, this difference becomes astronomical. Machiavelli said, "The prince who hurries takes many steps but covers little ground. The prince who measures his steps takes few steps, but each one brings him closer to his goal." And the most powerful tool for finding the right direction is knowledge. The most profitable investment isn't stocks or real estate. It is yourself. You learn a skill, and that skill stays with you for life. Markets crash, money vanishes, but knowledge never disappears. Patience is a strategy. Preservation is just as important as growth. Architecture isn't built overnight. That's a simple truth. But most people don't accept it. They want quick results. When results don't come, they disrupt the system and start from scratch. The power of compound interest lies in patience. The early years seem slow. The later years grow at an incredible pace. But the impatient give up in the early years and never see that momentum. Machiavelli wrote, "The prince does not pluck the fruit before it is ripe, because unripe fruit is bitter. And what is grown with patience must also be protected." Throughout history, the vast majority of great fortunes have been squandered within a single generation, because the winners did not learn to protect what they had. They focused only on growth. Those who build architectural structures, the system must be documented. The ego must be kept out of it. The system you carry in your head is not a real system. because it disappears when you're not there, it stops when you're sick, and it makes mistakes when you're tired. A real system is put down on paper, broken down into processes, and can be executed by someone else. And as the system grows, the ego begins to threaten it. When money comes in, the ego grows. I did it, I earned it, I know best. And that ego leads to wrong decisions. Advisors are ignored, warnings are dismissed, and the system breaks down. The vast majority of history's greatest financial collapses began the moment the ego stepped in. Machiavelli said, "The prince must always listen to his advisors, but he must always make the decisions himself. A prince who does not listen becomes blind. A prince who does not make his own decisions becomes a puppet." Watch out for small leaks, and architecture is never truly complete. Major mistakes are visible, minor mistakes are invisible, and invisible mistakes erode everything over time. A few hundred lira a month in unnecessary subscriptions, small, unnoticed expenses. Each of these seems small, but when they add up over 10 years, the total becomes astronomical. Machiavelli wrote, "A great threat does not enter through the front door. It seeps in through cracks in the walls." And finally, know this: architecture is never truly finished. The world changes, the economy changes, technology changes, and architecture must change as well. A structure that remains static is not strong, it is fragile. The longest-lasting empires were those that constantly adapted. Even at the height of its power, Rome was renewing its structure. The moment it stopped adapting, it began to crumble. Machiavelli wrote, "The prince who adapts to changing times survives. The prince who relies on past victories is buried along with his past." Monitor the system regularly, plug every leak, and view architecture as a living organism. Keep it alive. You watched this video all the way through, and here's what they all have in common. Wealth isn't about saving money. Wealth is about building a structure. Money comes and goes. The structure remains. It keeps working even when you're gone. It grows even if it doesn't bear your name. And even generations later, it draws strength from that foundation. Machiavelli wrote, "A great prince thinks not of his own time, but beyond his own time. Because true power lies in the structure you leave behind. Choose just one thing today, just one, and apply it to your life. Even if it's small, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to start, because a structure begins with the first stone, and the first stone is always laid today." If this way of thinking resonates with you, if you want to learn how to build quiet power, grow through invisible strategy, and create structures that will endure for generations, subscribe. Every video here delves one layer deeper, quietly, unassuming, but sharp. Most people will watch this video and move on. A few will stay and change.